Alright. Hey guys, it's Cricket. Another wonderful day. Whoa, man. Hey, whoa.
You say you're a Christian, right? Well, here's the test. You say you believe in him, you die. You test him, you live.
What would you do in this scenario? Better yet, what would Jesus do in this scenario? What would you do if a man came into your home, got you on your knees, stuck a gun to your head, and asked you, if you're a Christian, you will die. If you say you are not a Christian, you shall live. What would you do in this scenario?
I tell them to go ahead and shoot. I'm prepared and I'm ready to meet my Maker. There's nothing that I would do to make me, there's nothing anybody could do to make me deny Christ. If you deny Christ in front of even your friend and your family, the Word says that He will deny you. And I don't want to be denied.
What do you think Jesus would do in this scenario?
Well, I mean, I think that Jesus did die on the cross for us for what He believed in His faith. I mean, he was the ultimate sacrifice. I mean, He could have rejected even who He was, but He chose death over denying who He is and who He was. So there's times in our life that we will have to sacrifice. We'll lose friends, we'll lose family, we'll lose girlfriends and boyfriends along the way. There's nothing worth denying Christ.
Alright, thank you. Have a nice day. Sean.
Hey man, what's up?
Answer this. So one day you're in your home, alone. A man comes in with a gun, puts you on your knees, and he asks you, if you're a Christian, you die. If you say you're not, you live. What would you do?
Well, to live for Christ is to die, and to die is to gain. So, I mean, I would gladly live my life for my Lord and Savior because He did it for me. There's actually a story that I've told in the youth group before of a young girl that was living in the country, and her family was, there were missionaries there, and the door was kicked in the middle of the night. And they threw a Bible down on the floor and said, each and every single one of this family is to spit on this Bible and denounce God, or we're going to kill you. Mm-hmm. So the dad, who was a man of God, walks up and spits on the Bible. The mom walks up and spits on the Bible, and the older brothers and sister follow suit. Except for this one little girl who was about 10 years old who got down on her knees and took her hair and wiped the spit off the Bible and said, Lord, forgive them when they shot her on sight. We talk about this happening a lot. In fact, there was a Columbine. Whenever it happened, there was a young girl there that, I think her name was Cassie Bernal, that the guy walked up to her and says, if you deny God, you'll live. And she said, I'm a Christian, and he shot her on sight. I think that I would rather stand with my faith and die for my faith than me to denounce God, and in the next second, the guy still pulled the trigger, and me have to face God and ask why did I deny Him. If someone breaks into my house, first of all, if someone breaks into my house, they're going to have a heck of a time. But if somebody were to break into my house in the middle of the night and told me to denounce God, there is no way at all that I would denounce God. I've seen too much to know that He's real.
Alright, now, what would Jesus do?
To denounce, if He was asked to denounce God?
No, yeah.
Well, Jesus actually faced something that was similar to that. If you remember, whenever He went into the wilderness for 40 days and 40 nights, Satan himself said, that I can give you dominion over all these if you would bow down and worship me. If you would turn from God and follow me. And that's when Jesus looked at him and said, "Get thee behind me, Satan." There is only one God, and Jesus himself was willing to go all the way for God. So, Jesus was ready to go all the way for God, and the disciples, I mean, you go and look at the disciples, only one of them died a natural death. All the others were either stoned to death, crucified, beaten to death, burned alive, skinned alive. I mean, these are guys who had some hardcore faith, man. And, I wish that we as Christians would stand up and be that firm in our faith today.
Hey guys, I've been starting to change up the videos now. You've been noticing how the channel's been changing a little bit. So I'm starting to do my questions differently. What would you do scenarios? And what would Jesus do in that scenario? Tonight's was, if a man came to you, stuck a gun to your head, and asked you if you were a Christian, you will die. And then says, if you say you are not a Christian and reject him, you will live. What would you do? Now, my scenario, if I was in that situation, I would actually go and say that I am a Christian. And I would tell them, I forgive you of your sin. For they do not know which they have done wrong. For the sin within their life has taken over themselves. Now, what would Jesus do in this scenario? Please leave your answer in the comments below. Please like, subscribe, share, and comment, guys. Also, I got a good friend at school named Savannah. She's got her own YouTube channel as well, Silly Savvy. She's been doing Bible verses on hers, and they're all pretty good videos. So please check her out. I'll put her channel in the description below. Alright, love y'all. Night.